Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I have a question for you all today. Are you still holding XRP? Guys, I am still extremely bullish on this crypto, even though there's a ton of criticism, even though right now there's a ton of uncertainty. I am all up for that risk. I am excited about it. I am excited. And I don't care about the consequences, as you guys most likely already know. We're gonna make it. Guys, I really sincerely hope we all make it. Every single person watching. I still believe this is about to be amazing, but it is just my opinion, and of course, we don't know anything for certain, yet I still stay excited. So, a couple of the most important things of today had to do with the CFTC and the SEC, as Gary Gensler obviously just had a speech, but even though he had that speech yesterday, a lot of the questions are being brought up today. And since the CFTC spoke out, and since Brad Galling spoke out, and since a couple of other lawyers and people are just questioning things now, like regulators and senators, yeah, things just got a whole layer heavier and a lot more interesting. Now, so first of all, Jeremy Hogan asked a little bit earlier whether or not the CFTC, this is a summary, wanted to intervene in the lawsuit as well. So that is a reply to Brian Quintons, who said earlier, just so we're all clear here, the SEC has no authority over pure commodities or their trading venues, whether those commodities are wheat, gold, oil, or crypto, which is interesting because since he is the CFTC commissioner, he basically thinks cryptos are, once more, commodities, or at least not securities. And so it could be interesting for him to now propose an idea to basically come to Ripple's aid, or I guess you can say to the SEC's throat, and basically redeem Ripple to some point, explaining either that it's not clear whether or not it's a security or a commodity, which I think the judge would like to see, or just, getting the jurisdiction, getting the power back by intervening. So, SEC Chief Gary Gensler says many crypto tokens are securities and fall under the agency's mosquito. I just slapped myself full on the ear because I'm a dumbass like that. I despise mosquitoes, guys. Do you have a mosquito problem in your home? I don't really have mosquito problems, but sometimes. And then all of a sudden you get an itch everywhere. I just slapped myself on the ear full force. Good. All right. Let's, I didn't get him, I think. I don't see anything. I don't see any residue. All right. SEC Chief Gary Gensler says many crypto tokens are securities and fall under the agency's jurisdiction. SEC Chair Gensler told CNBC Wednesday that many crypto are considered securities, and obviously this left a lot of people debating where exactly he got that notion from and how we could have known. As he likes to state, he put up 75 cases that the SEC has gone through, where 34 or 37, I think 37 are ICOs, 37 are non-cryptocurrencies, and 1 is Ripple. So even though a lot of them might be securities, a lot of them are ICO type of things. If somebody is raising money, selling a token, and the buyer is anticipating profits based on the efforts of that group to sponsor the seller, that fits into something that's a security, said Gensler. Once more, he himself is also now putting it up. It fits into something that's a security. Right now, we are stretching the fit. We are stretching the what a security really is because, well, it's pretty difficult. His comments add to a discussion over what kind of digital assets are considered securities, and SEC Chair Gary Gensler told CNBC Wednesday that many crypto assets are considered securities, a definition that would place hundreds of coins within the $1.6 million cryptocurrency market, I think $1 trillion, under the agency's jurisdiction. Quote, if somebody is raising money selling a token, and the buyer is anticipating profits based on the efforts of that group to sponsor the seller, that fits into something that's a security. I'm not going to go token by token. You can imagine why I wouldn't do that. But my predecessor, Jay Clayton, said it best about 3 years ago that he really hadn't seen many tokens that didn't meet the security test, which is interesting because that actually brings us to the point of what Jay Clayton really said at the time, which really relates back to William Hinman's speech. Which all comes back to the clarification that Ethereum isn't a security in William Himmon's own opinion, yet it's never been made public. So what exactly has been made public then? And which cryptos have been called securities? Where is the rulebook? How do we know? How do we know? How do we know? Because this is all freaking stupid and unclear still. They keep telling us, oh, it's clear, it's clear. It isn't! There's been much discussion over the years. Why, Why would you think? About which kind of digital assets are considered securities and would therefore fall under the SEC's purview. Bitcoin, for example, is considered a commodity under the Commodity Exchange Act, but there are thousands of other coins in the ecosystem, and Gensler said that many of them should be considered securities for the purposes of regulatory oversight. The issue is at the heart of the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple. Ripple claims that the XRP token is a commodity and out of the regulator's reach, while the SEC says Ripple ran an unregistered security offering, which is pretty stupid. Gensler declined to comment on Ripple when asked by CNBC Andrew Ross Sorkin about the status of the company. And Gensler was formerly the chairman of the Community's Future Trading Commission, and he said it's critical both government agencies work together to deal with crypto platforms that trade both securities and commodities, which is where a new task force has been made for. Biden actually made a new task force combining the SEC and the CFTC together to work on that. The SEC chief also encouraged crypto trading platforms to have a frank discussion with the securities regulator. He noted that many have avoided confronting the SEC so far, which I also do not believe. I think a lot of them actually came up to the SEC, but the SEC was unclear. At least I think so. All right. Martin Falk put up a letter. Dear SEC, the burden of clarity in communication is always on the communicator. That is a party that is committed to the mutual understanding that must occur in order to effectively communicate to actually take place. You have a choice. We can settle for a lack of clear, effective, and persuasive communication with the other party, or we can take on the responsibility and ensure that what we mean is what we heard. What we mean is what is heard. One way to ensure clarity in communication is to be specific. Don't make it any more difficult for other party to understand, and what you're saying then is absolutely necessary. I would say Gary Gensler / SEC, go through the top 25 crypto list or pick a couple and tell us all about these ones. Are they a security, yes or no? And from that point forward, we can set up a rule book as to what clarifies one as being one and what clarifies one as not being one. He said, obviously, I'm not going to go token by token, which I understand, but at least give us a kind of a rule book of, let's say, for example, 50 tokens that they have given their opinion on, so we can know this is not difficult. It's not like it's hard. If I can come up with it, this man, because he's frankly quite a genius on some fronts, most likely come up with it himself, right? To just think, you know what, let's regulate 10 cryptos, and so they have a little bit of an example. They want to. They don't want to. They can. They just don't want to. But why, though? Why? John Dean put up, for those of you that do not know, Giancarlo is the former chairman of the CFTC and heads the Digital Dollar Project. In short, he knows what he's talking about. BTW, or by the way, he has cleared XRP is not a security and shouldn't be treated any differently than Ether. So Chris said on Twitter, only one U.S. regulatory agency has experience regulating markets for Bitcoin and crypto, and it's not the SEC, it is the CFTC. If Biden is serious about sensible crypto regulation, it needs to nominate a CFTC chairman. And so right now, that's the big back and forward. Is it the CFTC? Is it the SEC? Crypto Eddie posted, I see it now, Jungle. Find me a seat and bring me a pink sparkle, as once more, guys, the CFTC is coming in hot, and together that with what Jeremy Hogan just said, it could be really interesting to see them intervene. John Dean, another lawyer, said, hey, Gary, if there's such clarity in the markets regarding digital assets, why does your former agency feel compelled to speak out? Because once more, it's a big question. It's a big freaking fest. And now even Brett Garlinghouse came out to say, in 2018, Bill Hinman said Ethereum isn't a security, and Jay Clayton agreed. But just weeks ago, Hinman filed a sworn affidavit in court saying that the SEC has still not taken any position or expressed a view on Ethereum status. So how is the market supposed to have clarity? That's a reply to Mike Warrington, whom said, one thing Gensler made clear today, he thinks all crypto is under his control, and he's eager to expand the power of the SEC. He said the law is clear based on 75 enforcement actions, but seems to be walking back clarity on Ethereum, at least. All I see is more muddy water. And that's a reply to Frank Shapiro, who said, Gensler sets SEC sight on DeFi, crypto lending, and more in expansive speech on regulation. And it's about to get really juicy, guys. It's about to get really freaking juicy. Oh, let's quickly see. Chris said, hey, Attorney Journey, Any comment on the judge granting Bearable Guy, I want to say, Brad Garlinghouse's request? Do you think this has anything to do with the rumor of calculating a settlement? I think this has to do with the Binance ordeal. Jeremy said those motions are routinely granted, so not much to read into that. Everything else I've taken a no comment on until I am out of garbage purgatory. And then John Dean once more. You and the SEC may very well be technology neutral, but you are not asset neutral and have favored certain digital assets, Bitcoin and Ether, over other digital assets. That's again quoting Gary Gensler here, who's been interesting. If crypto is going to be widely adopted, it needs some rules of the road and a cop on the beat to enforce them. To be clear, I'm a technology neutral type of guy. What I'm not neutral about is investor protection. Yet, that's not what that... I mean, guys, I'm biased, I know. Yet, I don't think it's a fair game. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Check out Bybit if you're looking for a platform to trade on. There's right now $1,600 worth of bonuses. Once more, Bybit Exchange. A link is down below. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video, because right now, it's a mess. It really is a mess.